Hello. Hi there. It's me. It's Dave. Or the Jaded Rabbit. God bless you. Thank you for joining along for another live stream. Oh, oh boy. Give me a second. LOL. Not as soon as I start the live stream. I totally forgot to do something beforehand. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of a fun day today. Have been kind of productive. Have replenished the pantry and refrigerator, as it were, which is all very nice. Mommy is fed and watered, so this is good. So my responsibilities for today are winding down, which is nice. I will say that this past week has been more enjoyable than, let's say, September. Oh yeah, September there was all that harassment coming from Fate, which was wonderful. OMG, love getting doxxed. love people weaponizing my dead loved ones. This is just obviously really fun times to deal with in September. But then on top of it, there was the crazy Chaos Reigns release. And I call it crazy because it turned a lot of people delusional. I don't know how people are galvanized in their chivalry of this game, for lack of a better word, because they are pro NRS, pro MK1, pro queer for Palestine, pro Hamas, pro terrorism. I'm not sure how else to define it. And what's really upsetting is that I've been out here living under a rock, I guess, for this past year, because I have not taken notice from, like, Israel, Palestine. That's a conflict and situation that doesn't involve me, nor do I want it to involve me. I'm over here in Canada. I got my own shit to deal with. Quite literally changing bedpans. So, like, I don't need all of that to worry about. No, thank you. But my problems with Dominic Cianciolo using Mortal Kombat 1 as a vehicle for his political rhetoric. Now I discover that Mortal Kombat creators such as Ghosty Girl and The Thinny are using their platforms to virtue signal and guilt their audiences. Trust and believe, I tell you guys, if you don't like what I'm saying, leave a dislike, unsubscribe, please go away. I'm not going to change my opinions for you. I'm willing to have a conversation about it. But if you're rude and call me all sorts of things. Oh, so this is what I love. So Kenny Baum, I guess he's a punk ass bitch, and so he sent his little audience to come for me. And what were they saying? Let me see if I can. Let me get the quote. What was the quote here? Because it was kind of amusing. It was, "Stop hacking, you queer. Mods don't count. Gays are stupid." Why they gotta be so so generalized about it? Is there not one gay smarter than me? Please. This is either a very huge compliment to me or a huge degradation to every LGBTQIA2S++. Yes, ma'am. I've been practicing that one so that I could get the Wi-Fi password correct. But yes, it's just all sorts of amusing that now the same kind of crap that you were getting from Dominic Cianciolo. I don't care about your politics. Just don't shove it in my face. Same about your sexuality or your gender identity. Don't shove it in my face. If you look like a dude, I'm probably going to call you a he. So sorry. Do you know how much I get called ma'am? And I don't want to be. Yeah, so I don't get this idea. Like, I get legitimately gender transitioned by my own YouTube now, which now recommends to me secret and sneaky ways to go from MTF. Yes, ma'am. Yay. But look at what Dominic Giangiolo is saying. Politics, 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 politic, politics, politicking, anti-Trump, 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 anti-Elon Musk, Trump, Trump, Harris, Trump. Like, it's, look at all the bullshit. Where's the first Mortal Kombat shit? Wait, this is all over what? Just the last couple of days. So you see what the developers of NRS are doing. But this kind of behavior that we see from Dominic Giangiolo, Ed Boon, it engenders an environment where other people are now getting on their own soapbox and trying to convince people to feel bad about Palestine. What the fuck? So we got Dominic out here trying to tell everyone that they're all racist if they don't vote a particular way. But now we got MK content creator telling people, oh, well, you got to feel some sort of way about Palestine and Israel because they feel a certain way about Palestine and Israel. You know what? If you call, I have this new individual. Where is she? Where is she? So like how I like finding my trans doctor, my trans plant friend on YouTube, right? So now I found myself my trans engineer.
And I put it together in the list.
I think out of all my newest trans friends, because I got rid of Josh Sater. He's not really trans. I had to find new ones. I love her projection of voice. Just listen to it.
Few days. I will demonstrate how this thing works. Because this is a little installation I made.
Aww, something tells me she would be really good at karaoke. But like, I want to hear the real voice too. Like, she's giving us, hi, up here. I'm talking up here because I am feminine and petite and so pretty. But I want to hear the man inside. Like, I want to hear the man. I love it.
With vintage electronics and automation.
Aw, isn't she so sweet? She could give lessons to Steffi. Yes, Steffi, fem it up. I think Steffi does like an okay job of masking the mask voice within, but this one, I love her. Oh, you know what? Let me subscribe. She's so nice. So I think she must be of some Eastern European descent. I don't know. Maybe like, I don't know, Polish? Oh, look, there's some language here. What is it? No, I didn't want to search it. I want to translate it. Oh, it's Polish. I was right. Yeah, she's my new Polish trans. I love trans with Poles. So this is great. But yeah, like I'm so concerned. I'm so concerned because like I'm not really trying to push any ideology upon people. I think what I try to my first and foremost message, love everyone, unless they're shills. Or Manya. No, I love Manya. You can't hate on Manya. Who can you hate on? Lou Gay. You can hate Lou Gay. Oh god, I hate Lou Gay. He's terrible. But I just can't with Ghosty Girl or the Thinny, and I tagged them in this video because I know a lot of people are afraid of confrontation, which is kind of hilarious despite being in a fighting game. PvP. Yes, ma'am. Let's go. Do the PvP, but IRL. So I can't with Ghosty Girl. We're gonna be taking a look at her Twitter. We're gonna be looking at some of the tweets that Thinny has made, where he's talking about us needing to take action about Palestine, which blows my mind. I'm doing nothing regarding Palestine other than sending lots of love and prayers. But like, what do you want from me? Tampons? Like, WTF? Okay, so, I mean, like, reference, that was Dominic Cianciolo saying, let's send the hurricane victims tampons. But I digress. Yes, before we take a look at that, we're going to be looking at some wonderful things from over the last years regarding Palestine that I thought would be interesting context to frame whatever the hell it is that Ghosty Girl and Thinny are saying. But let's see what you guys are saying. Thank you for joining. Leave a like or get out. Do I sound like the Polish girl? Oh, I love her. She's great. Do one. Tampons. Yes, tampons. Do one. Claymore, LOL. Hey there, Cider. Love you, brother. Thank you. Is it even fair to call Thinny a content creator? Well, you know, I would group it underneath as such. Yes. You know where he's creating content with that blue check mark on Twitter? Did you know that they receive ad revenue from the amount of views that they get on Twitter? There is an invested interest to get more people to view your tweets and to retweet your tweets and put little clippies in it so that there's like ads or some bullshit. I don't know how Twitter monetization works. I know how YouTube monetization works, and it doesn't. Good thing I don't use YouTube as like a source of income. But we got people over here in Flat Earth, Australia, supporting a family of 5 with his newly found YouTube income. God bless him. Okay, Scarlett should send some maxi pads. As Ukrainian, I can't understand how one person can support Ukraine and Palestine. Yeah, like, to that point, my Ukrainian brother, I am fully pro-Ukraine. I will say that I have missed out on so many opportunities because of what Russia has done to Ukraine. For instance, I did not get more gay music videos from Kazaki. Where are they? They're like defending their homeland in high heels. Like, that sucks. So poor Kazaki, that hurts me because I don't get to enjoy them no more. And that's terrible. F Russia. Also, like, they're ruining 90 Day Fiancé. So rather than getting some beautiful Ukrainian woman that some old guy from America can afford for 90 Day Fiancé, like, now I'm getting like trans every fucking season. It's a new trans man, trans woman fooling someone. I love the FTM who slept with a girl and she got like the peniplasty, and the peniplasty was like made from her arm, and like the bio girl couldn't tell the difference. I'm like, that's a lie. I don't believe that. That's not true. Okay, so yeah, very fun times. Let us continue. We have us some important context, I feel, as a person of a certain proclivity. I am very much concerned for my LGBTQ. Oh, I messed it up. LGBTQIA2S++. Yes, ma'am. My brethren out there, or sistren, I don't know, themrin. I am concerned for them if they go to Palestine. Palestine is ruled by a terrorist organization called Hamas. Now, I understand that there are honest and good people within Palestine, but also these honest and good people of Palestine never found the time to overthrow the terrorist organization oppressing them? Question mark? I don't know. You tell me, Thinny and Ghosty Girl. Educate me. I would like to be educated. So, Hamas executes prominent commander after accusations of gay sex. This was back in 2016. So, 8 years ago? So we know that Palestine has been ruled by terrorist organization for at least 8 years, according to article. I'm going to be fully ignorant of the situation because that's what I am. I am not involved. I believe in peace and love for all humans. But do we need to be ruled by terrorists in Palestine? I think not. So, it says here, armed wing of Palestinian militant group Hamas executed one of the group's leading commanders after allegations surfaced of gay sex and theft. It has been revealed. Members of the Iz al-Din al-Qassam brigades shot Mahmoud Ishtiwi, 34. He was younger than... Oh, oops. Not revealing anything. 34, 3 times in the chest after they had detained him for a year. Hamas announced that the man in charge of a number of the group's tunnels used for smuggling and surprise attacks had been executed for a moral turpitude, as Hamas term for homosexuality. Now, this individual, Mahmoud Ishtiwi, I did a little bit research into him, and apparently he's part of, like, pseudo-Palestinian royalty. He was from a very important family, and despite the fact he was gay, he was given positions of leadership within Hamas, such as smuggling weapons from Iran to Palestine so that they can go attack Israel. Fun. And you know what they all say in Iran? Death to Israel. And now they're saying death to Canada, but more on that. Ishtiwi's family, Hamas loyalists, broke rank to condemn his execution, saying that what happened was part of an internal settling of scores. A Hamas investigation alleged that Ishtiwi had hidden money designated for its unit's weapons before an unnamed man claimed to have had sex with him, providing details about their meetings. So he basically pulled up the grinder. And he showed the Hamas leaders, hey, look at my grinder. This dude's been having sex and he's been paying me money to keep it quiet. The investigations concluded that the money Ishtiwi had stolen had been used to pay the man for sexual relations or to bribe him to keep Ishtiwi's secret. How lovely. The Hamas leadership then extrapolates further, saying that this could have been used to turn him into an informant to Israel and extract vital information that might have resulted in assassinations of the group's leadership. So that sounds like a lot of hoopla. They found out the dude was gay, they didn't like what he was doing, and they killed him. That's nice. That's so nice. So no butt sex in Palestine. Keep that in mind if you're traveling, gays. Okay. Wow. Ishtiwi, who had 2 wives and 3 children, carved the word Zulum, or wronged, into his body while he was in prison, his family said. So when they say that, did this guy carve the word into his own body? They said Ishtiwi told them during a family visit to the jail that he had been whipped, deprived of sleep, and hung from the ceiling during his detention. None of this is good. And this is what Ghosty Girl and Thinny are telling me to support. Palestine being ruled by Hamas. Okay, fabulous. I mean, like, they should try living underneath an oppressive terrorist regime. I mean, that would be fitting. So I am so glad I am not American. I am not American. But, like, look at what can happen in America.
Carol, do I look good?
Yeah, you look
Oh, I don't care. I know I always look good. Hi, I'm Glitter Fantasy, and I'm in New York City, big city of dreams or whatever. Today, I'm headed to El Centro, a restaurant that seriously needs my help.
I love Glitter Fantasy. I've been watching him for years, 7 years ago. So, like, could you imagine this happening in Palestine? This would never be happening in Palestine. They would kill him in Palestine. But yes, we're supposed to be like, oh, yay, support Palestine. Why do I have to support anything? Why does it involve me? If you want to have your politics, sure, but then to try and convince people of your politics, it's no better than Dominic. So here we go. LGBTQ community in West Bank. Another fun fact of what's happening in Palestine.
They are a minority stuck between a rock and a hard place. Gay Palestinians often rejected by their families, punished by their society, and facing a bleak future. This individual, a Palestinian originally from Jordan, who remains anonymous, tells I-24 News about fleeing from home after his family discovered he's gay.
They handcuffed me, they blocked my eyes, they put me in a car, and finally I find myself in the border. I find myself in the border between Jordan and Israel, and they just kicked me out.
He soon found himself in a no-win situation.
When I did arrive to the West Bank, I find myself in the Palestinian jail. So they start to investigate with me, and they did know that I'm not a spy, and they did believe that. They told me, okay, you are gay. We have to heal you.
Gay Palestinians escaping.
Oh my word. So his parents dropped him off at the border to Jordan, and even when he was picked up, the people were still like, we need to cure you. Like, the Middle East doesn't sound too welcoming of gays. This sounds very, very scary. So it just boggles my mind that people could be queer for Palestine, or that people are telling me to support Palestine when I know all of this is going on. What? Okay, sure. All right, let's continue. So we have this one. I-24 News. Oh yeah, that one was how long ago? From 2019. So these are getting more and more recent. This one is from 2022. A story of a Palestinian man tortured in Gaza for being gay. So this was just prior to the October 7th, 2023 new war. So let's see what they were doing prior to the war.
First of all, I want to thank you for hearing my story. I'm 26 years old. I was born in Gaza Strip. I was growing up in a refugee camp. لما كان عمري 17 سنة حماس أمسكت بي وأنا كنت أقوم بعمل الشواذ. حبسوني لمدة 3 أيام 4 أيام. كان تعذيب. حطوني في غرفة مترين.
Oh my word. Okay, so like I guess I should read this to you because he's speaking in Arabic. So this guy's in Turkey. He has fled from Palestine. So when I was 17 years old, Hamas caught me while I was having sex with my boyfriend. They imprisoned me for 3 days. They put me in a tiny room that was 2 by 2 meters. Sometimes that would tie my feet up and beat them with a stick. Oh my word. This is all so tragic. After that, every few years, they would arrest me and torture me in the same way. Very fabulous. I don't know how Ghosty Girl or Thinny is wanting to push politics upon people when this is the context of what's happening in the world at large. So how are they also saying support Palestine, but also like calling people transphobic, homophobic? They are saying complete opposite things. Did they support Qatar in the World Cup? Or did they speak out against the World Cup? I don't know. I would love to know their opinion, but it's not congruent. These two things cannot be happening at the same time. Supporting Palestine, but also trying to support gays. Like, I know Ghosty Girl, she plays as Melina, and a lot of gays love Melina. So I can see that the gays are on her Twitter. So she supports the gay audience, but also she's trying to support Palestine, which is very clearly run by a terrorist organization that harms the gays. Okay, nice. Moving on, we got this one.
How many meters would he make before he was prevented from celebrating his own identity? Yesterday I saw a man wearing fishnet stockings with a Palestinian flag. If he was in the Gaza Strip, in your opinion, how many meters would he make before he was prevented from celebrating his own identity?
Well, they would take him, tie his hands behind his arms, and then throw stones at him until he dies. Anyone who thinks that they're somehow woke or cool for supporting Hamas is supporting beheading babies.
That it just went from 0 to 100. I thought we were talking about gays. Now we're talking about beheading babies. I'm not talking about that. Other queers for Palestine could maybe talk about that. But what I am so like, I love Muslims. I love all religions. I think I love everyone and hate everyone equally. It doesn't matter your religion or the color of your skin or your gender identity or your sexual orientation. But trying to force your ideas upon other people, I think that's terrible. I don't need to be forced into feeling guilty about beheading babies or Palestine and Israel because the whole entire conflict does not involve me. As a Canadian, I feel quite removed from the situation. And to ask me to feel some sort of way is kind of disgusting. Like, I mean, like, I am pro-Ukraine because I have attachments to Ukraine. I feel for Ukraine because it's affecting me. Goddamn. It's affecting me. But the conflict in Israel and Palestine, it's not affecting me. Like conflicts in Venezuela and Guyana, that's not affecting me. Is it affecting you? Conflicts like military coups in Nigeria, Burkina Faso, that's not affecting me. I don't care what happens in Mali. I'm trying to make my own life here in Canada. But somehow, this Israel-Palestine, Iranian conflict is going even here to Canada. So I feel some sort of way about anyone supporting Hamas or a quote-unquote nation, because it's not even... What Palestine? There's Gaza and there's West Bank. What is Palestine? Is it the thing that... What was his name? Sahari? Yash? I forget his name. But the political side of Hamas front-facing for Palestine. I don't need terrorists in my life. That's something that just is too much. But it's here in Canada. So here we've got a little video. I have played it before. You might be familiar. But I think it's important to see what's happening here in Canada. Because of stuff in Palestine, I see a Lebanon flag. Lebanon, Palestine, whatever. When I used to go to church with Egyptians, Syrians, and Lesbanese. I remember someone called me a lesbian in grade 2, and I was like, I'm not from Lebanon. But I didn't understand the difference between Lebanese and lesbian. It was grade 2. But apparently children in grade 2 can now change their gender. How nice. How wonderful. But yeah, how wonderful is this situation here? So what's going on in Canada? WTF. So this is a protest or something. Long live Palestinian resistance. I believe in the gentle, kind folk of Palestine. Yes? But the gentle, kind folk of Palestine weren't opposed to the evil rule by Hamas terrorist organization, ?
Do not wonder how revolution could possibly be done. Men who have never known a free day, who have lived their entire lives under the thumb of one of the most powerful settler colonies in the world, built paragliders to fly over a wall so high that it blocked out the sun when you stood underneath it. Do not wonder how revolution can be done. We must do it. Death to Canada. Death to the United States. And death to Israel.
Okay, so, like, can we all agree calling for the death of anything is terrible? Straight up. But calling for the death of Canada, why? What did Canada do? What am I doing? Why do we need all the Canadians to die? This is such an extreme statement. There is just all of these extremists, and look at them laughing. This is such a serious, terrible situation. And we got people out here, yeah, death to Canada, ha ha ha, lovely, okay. Hands off Lebanon. What? This doesn't involve me, nor do I want it to involve me. So having people like Ghosty Girl and the Thinny trying to guilt people into feeling things about Palestine and Israel, yes, my heart weeps for all of the war-torn countries, but what do you want me to do? What are you doing? Question. What are you doing, Ghosty Girl? What are you doing, Thinny? So that was just one little video of what's happening. Let's take a look at this one.
Palestinians don't only want your eyes on Rafah, eyes on Gaza. Palestinians want your foot on Israel's neck. Israel, burn, burn. Palestinians will return. Israel, burn, burn. Palestinians will return.
What's the point of this? Why are these people allowed in Canada? Get out of Canada if you don't like Canada so much. They struggle to rip it apart, too. So smart. And this one's such a nerd. Why is he wearing reflective vest? Like, that's so lame.
Land back, land back. Land back, land back. Land back, land back.
I don't even know what they're saying. All I'm hearing is burn, 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 rip up flag. This is insane to think that this is happening here in Canada because of something in Israel and Palestine. What did Canada do? Justin Trudeau is the most progressive piece of crap that there is. Why are we hating Justin Trudeau now? I mean, there's plenty of reasons to hate Justin Trudeau. But, like, why are these anti-Israeli, pro-Palestine, pro-terrorist group, pro-Hamas? Why are they, what are they doing? I don't see. So this is a group, a special group called Sammy Doon. So this is Sammy Doon doubles down, says death to Canada, an accurate summation of its goals. We acknowledge that the community was shocked by the phrase and the burning of the Canadian flag, yet we at Sammy Doon stand by this phrase as the call to action that it is. What? Are they asking everyone who's I mean, there's not enough Palestinians here in Canada. Are they asking for anyone of Middle Eastern descent to now call to action, death to Canada, and burn all the flags? And, like, what, kill people? Like, what the fuck? This is terrible. So after Sammy Doon was roundly condemned for chanting death to Canada at a Vancouver rally celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the October 7th terrorist attacks, the anti-Israel group has doubled down on the slogan, saying it's an accurate representation of what it intends to do. So, LOL, they posted a lengthy statement to Instagram. Dave's not using Instagram, so God bless people who do. Canada designates Sammy Doon a terrorist entity after anti-Israel protests. So this is something that Germany had done previously, designating Sammy Doon as a terrorist entity, chasing them out of the country. But apparently, I don't know, Canada is slow to act. And Justin Trudeau is not treating it as, like, priority or anything. It's just like any other day, I suppose. But I feel, like, unsafe because of this. It's so unsettling to see that this is what's evolving inside of my little country. But I mean, like, this is not representative of every Muslim, for sure. No way. What we are identifying here with each of these aw, glitter fantasy. What we are identifying with each of these activities, each of these moments in history, is that Hamas, a terrorist group known for mistreating the LGBTQ, is what rules Palestine. Torturing, arresting the gays, beating them, imprisoning them, executing them, even if they're their leaders or one of their own. So, I mean, I don't understand how Ghosty Girl and Thinny are supporting a free Palestine from Israel when it should be free Palestine from Hamas. Get rid of the terror. Get rid of the people who are using violence and scare tactics here in Canada who are associated with Hamas. That's so scary. I don't need scary terrorists in my life. And I was feeling, very much removed from the whole situation over the last year until I stumbled upon this. Because, I do look at the Twitter because I want to see what Dominic is saying. But, one of the days that I was looking at Dominic, I see here in the little corner what's trending. It's nothing Mortal Kombat because I hate Mortal Kombat. Twitter knows that about me. But it tells me general stuff about Canada. And it said, like, death to Canada. I'm like, what the fuck? That's so icky. Icky, icky, icky. And this is all just an extremist form of political activism, of this virtue signaling that happens on Twitter. Terminally online people who don't know life beyond the keyboard, crying for other people in Mortal Kombat community to support Hamas, to support terrorism. No. This is insane. This is insane. So yes, I just don't understand. So we're gonna be taking. Oh yeah, this is his name. Yahya. I'm so sorry. What's his name? Yahya Sinwar. So this is from October 24th. This is like the leader of Hamas politically within Palestine. Apparently he was executed, killed. Yeah, I'm not sure. There was some sort of Israel defense force announcing that the Hamas political bureau chief Yahya Sinwar was killed during an operation near the southern city of Rafah. So I mean, like, they're saying, oh, stop the Israelis, but it sounds like the Israelis are dismantling terrorism. Okay. Interesting. I mean, like, I'm not pro-Israel, pro-Palestine, pro-anything, because that shit don't involve me. But apparently we're supposed to feel some sort of way, because we got people telling us death to Canada, and then we also got Ghosty Girl. So we're going to be taking a look at Ghosty Girl's Twitter, because it's a mess. Let's also see what you guys are saying. Thank you for joining. 16 of you here. Why? Get out. Leave a like or get out. Some of you don't know how to do your YouTube job. I'm doing mine. I'm making this video. If you don't like it, I'm not holding you here. If you disagree, whatever. But there's lots of things that you could be doing. Like getting a new hobby, learning a new skill, trying out a new language or a new outfit or a new gender. There's a lot of things that you could be trying. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. Thank you for joining. LOLs. Claymore, thank you. This, he, him, they, them pronouns is also... Not the pronouns. Well, I understand that there are a lot of things that are considered haram. I get that. I'm not telling Muslims what to believe. I think it's wonderful that people have their religious faiths and they want to abide by them. But I also don't want to be forced into believing something that I don't necessarily agree with. like gays. But I hope I'm making it clear that there is a difference between just the kind and gentle Muslim folk and then also the Islamist terrorist extremist organization. Like they're two completely different things. For sure. But asking for a ceasefire of Palestine is also asking for the terrorists to just lay more oppression and tyranny within Palestine. Oh my God. It's so scary. And then it's here in Canada. They're telling me death to Canada. I'm a she, they. Nice to meet you. LOL. Yeah, my pronouns are Zem today. Thank you. It looks more like an anti-Canadian rally than anything. Better watch out up there. It's frightful. I think it's totally frightful. I am Muslim and I hate these pathetic demonstrations. They are un-Islamic and offensive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like Islam is about peace and stuff, not about like terrorists trying to cause the death of a nation, which I feel is so ambiguous. You could interpret that as death to any Canadian. Oh, I'm not going to Palestine. I'm not going to Lebanon. I am not going. No how. No way. No thanks. This is wild. I come from a Jew family and Hispanic. This rally is disgusting. I condemn it 100%. Yes, calling for the death of people who are armed is despicable. This woman is just pathetic. It doesn't represent as well, yeah. I think people can make that distinction as well. War-torn countries doesn't mean we don't care. Human suffering should be condemned regardless. Yes, of course. I feel for both Israel and Palestine. So many people killed. So many people kidnapped. So many people tortured. Both sides. It's not a fun time over in the Middle East. Hasn't been that way for a very long time. So it's just so sad. Peace for the Middle East. It's something that like Miss America would say. Like, I wish for peace in the Middle East and for world poverty to end and that the little children in China are adopted. Thank you. Like that is like perfect Miss America response or something. But yeah, like it's not happening. I don't see it happening. It's far too complicated. Ghosty Gal looks, oh my word. I wonder if Jaded Rabbit knows about that. Knows about what? I don't know. I don't know. Oh my God, Kazaki. Oh yeah, flat earther. It's the same as been homophobe and claimed that you. Yeah, I don't know how people are supporting both Ukraine and Palestine. To me, it's not congruent. This might be word of the day. It's not congruent in my head. So this is Ghosty Girl's Twitter, and I don't mean to throw anyone under the bus. But I was talking to Joey, and this was last year at one of our coths, and I was shit-faced. It was near Christmas. We were enjoying ourselves. And he told me that Ghosty Girl was queer for Palestine. And I'm like, what? How is she queer for Palestine? And so, like, I went to her Twitter, and I guess I couldn't, like, see or understand, or I couldn't find anything. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't see it. Whatever. Who cares? So I didn't really think about Ghosty Girl as being queer for Palestine until very recently when I went on her Twitter just this week. I learned that the watermelon is like an analogy for the Palestinian flag, question mark, because it has the same colors. Watermelon, saying you like watermelon is no longer racist. It is now a representation of Palestine. Great. Good to know. So apparently Ghosty Girl back last year was using lots of watermelon emojis or something. But I guess over the course of that year, she's felt more brazen to call for the support of Hamas. So let's take a look here. Just scrolling through her Twitter. Like, we're not really trying that hard. Like, what we're doing is what we would do when looking at Dominic Cianciolo's Twitter to find politics. So we're looking to find politics. There's a lot of, like, stuff here about Mortal Kombat. So she is clearly appealing to like a certain audience. I try to appeal to a Dave kind of audience. If you don't like Dave, get out of here. So, okay, we're getting kind of into like political territory. Here we go again. A gamer woman gets excited with this design. Why the wokeness in MK1? And then Ghosty Girl says, touch grass, please. A little ironic coming from Ghosty, who appears to be glued to her phone posting on Twitter multiple times throughout the day. But once again, that's the curse of the blue check mark. Now you're trying to make monetization on Twitter. I don't trust anything you gotta say. But this touch grass, please. A gamer woman gets excited with this design. Why is she excited with Deception Melina? I called that hypocritical. I didn't really see it as wokeness, but maybe these people are seeing something that I'm not seeing. I guess it's because of the flat-breasted Melina. To me, it was flat-breasted Melina, not really a woke design, but I guess now that I'm saying it out loud, I guess I can see its point of view. So here we go. More of this like hypocrisy from her about Deception Melina and the pseudo breast tissue that you can get from hormone replacement therapy. Very nice. Okay, so still scrolling, still scrolling. Okay, here we go. Breaking at this very moment, the Israeli military is massacring family after family in North Gaza in a war of extermination. So hundreds of Jews and friends are shutting down the New York Stock Exchange to demand the U.S. stop arming Israel and profiting from genocide. Is this satire? Is this a parody? Is this because like isn't the stereotypical racist trope Jews are controlling the banks? So now the Jews are controlling the New York Stock Exchange? Apparently. Jews stop arming Israel, arms embargo now. Okay. So like what is the source for this? Why are we getting politics from Ghosty Girl? Much like similar fashion as what Dominic Cianciolo does. Maybe not to the same extent that he does, because he has just so much frequency of these politics. But, you know, that was just our first hit of her talking about politics. So we'll have this. Okay, and then we go back here. We go back. I learned that there's like a limit of tweets that you can view or some bullshit. And then like I found this one here, which really like sent me sent me somewhere. So here we go. The Thinny, October 14th. If you stood up against Hitler for the Holocaust, then there's nothing stopping you for standing up for the Palestinians as they're being burnt alive by Israel. Whether you believe self-defense is Israel's right or not, this is not justified. It's been more than a year. When burning humans alive was labeled self-defense, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm so sorry. Who among you here have stood up against Hitler because you were alive in 1940? Please let me know. My mother, who is of a certain age, was alive for, I don't know, maybe a couple of months, maybe a couple of years during the time Hitler was doing his stuff in World War II. But I can guarantee that my mommy did not stand up to Hitler. What kind of virtue signaling is this? What kind of high expectations is this that we're supposed to... Hitler's dead. What am I supposed to do about Hitler? So, okay, there's that first part of that statement. Then there's nothing stopping you for standing up for the Palestinians. So how is the Thinny standing up for Palestine? What is he doing by making a tweet with a fucking watermelon emoji trying to silently virtue signal? Just put the Palestinian flag in your profile, Thinny. I don't get this. Then he has been so small dick energy because he refuses to be straight up with his audience on Twitter because he wants that blue checkmark curse. Monetization from Twitter. That's insane. No. He's afraid of pissing people off, so he'll do things quietly or not as frequent as Dominic Cianciolo. But I posit to you, Thinny, are you living in Palestine? Are you living in a war-torn country? Are you living underneath oppressive terrorist rule from Hamas? So he's not making a distinction between kind folk of the Muslims or kind folk of the Jews, but he's labeling them as Israel versus Palestine. Not that all of Israel is burning all of Palestine. That's insane. There's kind and gentle people on both sides. And yeah, there are some nasty people in military places, and I hope that they get brought up on war crimes for doing anything nasty to Palestinians. But that's another question for another time, because it seems like there is still a terrorist group in charge of Palestine causing ruckus. Iran is pouring down bomb missiles on Israel because Hamas is just another extension of Iran through this terrorist group. Same goes for the Hezbollah. These are all terrorist groups, and we're supposed to be supporting it because you're just generalizing it all as Palestinians versus all of Israel. Okay, so I guess he's asking for a ceasefire. Was there a ceasefire for the people kidnapped from the initial attack on October 7th? Did those people get turned over, or were they just killed? I'm pretty sure they were offed. But those people were never returned. But it seems like this whole situation is devolving into an Iran versus Israel conflict as Israel tries to fight Hezbollah and Hamas. Like, let's identify the people properly. Israel leadership is not the same as the kind and gentle Jews who are just like trying to work and live, or the same as the Palestinians who are just trying to work and live. And if you're talking about all of these countries doing stuff, why didn't Egypt help Palestine? Do they not share a border with Gaza? Question mark? I am so confused. So was Thinny over at that, what was it called? Gate in Gaza. What's it called? Gate in Gaza. Gaza is Egypt's border. What was it called? Rafah Gate. The Rafah border crossing. So, was he on the Egyptian side protesting? Asking for the release of the Palestinians? Why is he not mad at Egypt for not opening its border? I am so confused. So, like, why are we not having a holistic view of the situation, that there is pain and suffering on all sides? And that this is a war that doesn't involve you, nor does it involve me, but apparently death to Canada. Let's hear that again.
Death to Canada!
Oh, fun.
Death to the United States! And death to Israel!
So you're telling me that we're supposed to be accepting to these terrorists that are calling for the death of multiple nations? Thinny, I am so concerned. I am so concerned at what Thinny is posting here. I am so concerned at what Ghosty Girl is posting here. Now, when you take a look at the comments, it's a lot of... Dave doesn't respond to comments because honestly, he doesn't care. You know, sometimes I might be a little bitchy and privately reply. Oh, I was, once again, talking to Joey. And Joey told me that he wanted to see me reply to these things. And I feel like maybe sometimes I'm just bitchy. But I can see that some of you appreciate the sass. So maybe I'll save the nasty comments and then reply to them all at one time. Like, sometimes I do that. And that's fun. But, like, Thinny is out here being a Palestinian Hamas apologist. Daily click to help. Help the Palestinian people with a click. Bitch, clicking ain't nothing. You telling me clicking is giving water? You telling me clicking is ending the Hamas leadership? Are you insane? This kind of lazy virtue signaling is terrible. Okay. I know your main thing is fighting games, and if you get any flack from straying from that, thank you. Oh, like, people are queer for Palestine, apparently, on Twitter. I don't know. This is not what I'm doing. The Thinny, as much as I respect you, Israel equals crown. Johnny Cage gif. I don't know. You're entitled to your own opinions, even if it doesn't align with mine. I mean, why do we have to bring it, though, to the level of you guilting people on Twitter into clicking for Palestine? No, I'm not clicking for Hamas. No, I'm not clicking for death to Canada. That's not what I'm doing. You don't know anything about this. What? See, so he's, like, engaging in, like, I guess trying to... I'm more educated about this than you, go away troll. Like, he's telling trolls to go away, but, I mean, he's dismissing them as a troll. I mean, do I do that? Sometimes people do troll me, but I don't think that this is necessarily a troll. I can't identify that from the outside. Although we don't share opinions, I like to see you respect other people's opinion. Obviously, it's your account. You can talk about whatever you want, but I would prefer you to focus only on games. Yeah, I think for me, it's the same situation as what we see here with Dominic Cianciolo. Like, I make slight differentiation from the shills of Mortal Kombat 1 because, in my opinion, they're all trying to get something out of WB's pocket. Whether it's clout, fame, social standing, more Patreon subscribers, more subscribers on YouTube. Like, this is what I'm seeing. They're trying to milk whatever they can off of NRS. So there is a vested interest to kind of coerce people into these ideas as well, because it's money. I stick to a maximum of one political tweet every 6 months. That's the balance that I see fit for my page. I guess? Maybe? Wasn't aware that Thinny was queer for Palestine. But now I know. Like I said, I don't use Twitter that often, so when I was looking and I found this, I was very surprised. I know you mean well, but please stick to fighting games. I'm aware that you followed a politics-free account, and I apologize. I don't apologize. I find this apology to be fake, Thinny. I feel like he's trying to assuage anyone's doubts or fears or anything by saying, oh, I only share my political views once in a blue moon. Oh, please don't be upset with me. But if I don't speak up, then I can't live with myself. Honestly, how do you live with yourself? Because a click isn't helping Palestine free itself from Hamas. How are they going to get rid of the terrorists? Okay. So you can see that there is a certain segment of Twitter that's just vastly, like, extreme. F Israel. I think we know that F Israel will devolve into death to Israel. Slippery slopes. It's not bad to use a platform for speaking up, thank you. I mean, fuck around and find out. Hamas could end this by returning the hostages and allowing free and fair elections for the first time in over 10 years in Gaza, but they rather use civilians as human shields. I totally agree with that statement. Sounds like there's a bunch of terrorists in charge politically. I mean, sources. Yahya Sinwar has died. Why don't they have a free and fair election? Oh, but they can't because they're being controlled by the Iran-funded terrorist organization. Very nice. Love you, Thinny. I appreciate you standing up for your beliefs. While I follow you for MK and not politics or anything of the sort, I respect... blah, blah, blah. You know what? Wait until they start saying it all the time like Dominic Cianciolo. But this is very off-putting for me. The Palestinians have had their land stolen for years when the Israeli arrived. This is the repeat of colonialism in Native America? Using religion as an excuse for this is unjust and immoral occupation. Thanks for speaking up. So this guy's fully death to Israel. He's like anti-Israel. That's the thing. We're not being concerned now for the kindness of the gentle folk of both, the Arab populations and the Jewish populations. Like, we're now trying to delete Israel. Get out of Israel. It's colonialism, apparently. Wow. And the fact that they're calling this based, I don't know how the word based is used. I thought based meant sort of like conservative right-leaning. I didn't know that based is for lefty lunatics asking for the deletion of Israel. Okay. So there can't be two states? There can't be an Israel and a Palestine? Like, goddamn. This is fucked up. I don't understand why Thinny and Ghosty Girl feel like this is appropriate conversation for Mortal Kombat. I mean, like, for me, I have already moved on from Mortal Kombat. I am not Mortal Kombat related. I have not been playing the game. Like I said, this week I feel so free because I haven't been having to play stupid Invasions. Invasions is so long and depressing. Oh yes, if you want all of the stuff, it's so long and depressing. But I am so happy now because I am not playing the game. But it seems like when I take my head out of the sand, I've missed that these MK content creators are out here pushing their fucking politics down people's throats. Yay! Sammy Dune, yay! Hamas, yay! Like, I really wish that we could make distinctions between the kind and gentle folk and the corrupt people in charge or the corrupt military personnel that are doing nasty things. They don't speak for all of Israel. They don't speak for all of Palestine. I knew Christians also exist in Palestine, like poor Christians. What about the poor Christians of Palestine? Like, this is insane. Okay, so let's continue. We're going through Ghosty's thing. And so this is a complete different tangent, but here Destroyer FGC is complaining that he got age restricted on his video. What? So Ghosty Girl is out here reposting her rich and famous influencers within the MK community because they didn't get their money from YouTube because of an age restriction. That's so stupid. Everything should be age restricted if you want to show fatalities, animalities, blood and gore. Yes, 18 plus. Is that not part of the terms of service with YouTube? I believe that all of us have to read the terms of service, community guidelines, especially if you're making stuff on the YouTube. So it's insane. Destroyer. And of course, that's what Ghosty's supporting. She's supporting rich, out-of-touch people with affluence influence and also terrorist organizations. So, I really refrained last time earlier this week commenting on Ghosty Girl's appearance. But can we talk a little bit about this, puckered smile? What is she doing? She's, sucking in the cheeks or trying to move up the upper lip to create sort of a duck lip situation. This is not how she normally looks. So I needed more Instagram filter. This is what I needed. I didn't need this kind of strained fake smile expression that you can sort of see where the wrinkles are going to appear as she ages with all of these puckered lip situations. And girl's wearing makeup, but she couldn't find some concealer for the bags. Okay. I mean, she wanted people to comment on her appearance if she's posting her profile photo like this. Reminder that the bride is the most wanted woman ghost. Okay, whatever. So we're looking for politics. Give me more politics. Okay, here we go. So more politics. This is like Dominic Cianciolo's account. I see that the younger leftists, they're pro-Palestine, pro-terrorism, pro-Hamas. But at the same time, they're also saying the older leftists, like Dominic Cianciolo, apparently they're Zionists now. Honestly, I never got that vibe looking at Dom's Twitter. And that's also kind of why I was blissfully ignorant of the Hamas situation, because Dominic wasn't posting about it. So for people to label him as a Zionist is kind of like, what? But I never realized. I didn't know. So we have here like a clip from some white dude virtue signaling who's not Muslim, who has never stepped a foot in a war-torn country or understood a person of color's experience. So he's out here saying decolonize Palestine, which is also another way of saying delete Israel. And that's what Ghosty Girl is reposting. She doesn't believe in Israel. Okay, but Israel is recognized by the United Nations and by, like, a bunch of countries. Except for the Middle Eastern ones. So, she's at, what? Trying to get this to cohere in my brain is a little too much. Because I didn't understand that Ghosty Girl was out here asking for the deletion of Israel. Colonialism. Okay. So she lives in the Netherlands, which is like colonizer number 1. Okay. Got it. Okay. I don't consider her to be like Middle Eastern. Was she born in Morocco or the Netherlands? I think wherever you're born is where you're from. Like, you go back in my ancestry, you're going to see Caribbean, South American, and I'm sure if you go all the way far back, you're going to see, like, India, Africa, some bullshit. Something over there. But I don't consider myself any one of those things other than Canadian. I was born specifically in Montréal. Je suis québécoise. So let's continue.
But I want to help you, buddy. What do you want? What can this 500 people collectively clap our hands and make happen for you?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm pretty, you know what, like out of everyone in the world, I'm so happy. Like we should be putting our energy towards something that actually matters.
What could be more important than that right now?
Yeah, maybe the lives of, I don't know, Palestinians in Gaza right now.
Okay, unfortunately, if the Palestinian kind and gentle folk were being oppressed by the Hamas people, and the Hamas people led a terror extremist massacre, so they don't want Israel to respond. So Israel does nothing. Okay, cool. They're asking for peace in the Middle East. But it's not going to happen. That's just unrealistic. I'm so confused. Happy, sad, confused. I'm more confused as to what these people are asking for. Hashtag decolonize Palestine.
Maybe that's where we put our hearts and our energy and anyone suffering.
Okay, I see you guys are saying that this is Andrew Garfield. Yes, he is. Because I saw that the thing says Andrew Garfield. But who's Andrew Garfield? I've never heard of him. I'm old and out of touch with modern celebrity, so I don't know who this is. Who is this? If they're younger than me, I don't know, unfortunately.
Suffering, anyone oppressed, anyone that is suffering under the weight of the horrors of our world right now, anyone who doesn't have a choice.
So, I mean, like, they're saying this about, like, the poor Palestinians, but aren't there also poor Israelis suffering during this conflict as well, as they have bombs being rained down upon them from Iran? Like, I'm so confused. And it's like a larger issue. Like, it's not just Palestine versus Israel. It's Palestine versus Israel versus Lebanon versus Iran versus the Middle East. Like, this is such a scary situation. And to focus wholeheartedly on one segment of the population, not only does it seem racist, seems preferential treatment based on certain protected status, which I guess is we don't like Jews anymore. We like Muslims more. I'm confused. I'm more so confused at this. Why can't we just have compassion for everyone instead of just making it all about Palestinians?
In you know, living lives of dignity. It's that's where our energy should be going right now.
Is there a direct franchise?
So he doesn't say hashtag decolonize Palestine, but this tweet is coming from someone who is saying decolonize Palestine, to which I can only understand as meaning that they want Israel gone. Because that whole area prior to Israel being created after World War II was called Palestine, being administered by the British. So, like, when you say hashtag decolonize Palestine, it sounds to me that you're asking for the deletion of Israel. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't understand. Can't there be two states, like Palestine and Israel? It would be kind of weird because the state would be separated. There would be one segment over here and one segment over there. But maybe two states within a state solution? I don't know. But it's definitely not easy to answer. And for all of these people thinking that they're answering it with click for Palestine thingy or retweets on Twitter from Ghosty Girl, like, that's shit. What's Ghosty Girl or Thinny doing for Palestine actively beyond clicking and retweeting? Okay, so let's look. More politics? Can we get more politics? Oh, she's posting something about Joker too. Look, do you see this? She got 10 million views on this. This is what these people are hoping for. That some of their little tweets will go viral so that they can get money. So here, more cries about not getting money from YouTube. Insane. Like, you don't have enough money? What, are you hard up out here?
10 years now. And this whole age restriction thing has just been on and off with the channel from then all the way up until now.
Yeah, because you're talking about a game with gore and blood. You put the gore and blood on the screen. What do you expect? Get mad at NRS for not making a streamer-friendly version of the game. You know what? I have a streamer-friendly version of the game. It's called Turbo Controller. Works wonders. Okay, so anyone seen this movie? Okay, more continue. Oh my god, so more virtue signaling. Macklemore, we don't own the earth. We don't own the earth. We killing each other over some lines in the dirt. We bleed the same blood, feel the same hurt. Palestinian life, does it have the same worth? Can't there be concern for all lives? Like, before it was Black Lives Matter, because no one else's lives mattered at the time. And now it's Palestinian lives matter? This is insane. Clockwork Shadow, I'm doing nothing for Palestine other than sending loves and prayers. Because that shit don't involve me. And for Ghosty Girl and you, Clockwork Shadow, to be asking me to do anything for Palestine, no, no, no. But these virtue signaling sycophants, hypocrites, really need to take a dose of their own medicine. Clockwork Shadow, get out of here. Wait, Andrew Garfield plays Spider-Man from the... Oh, well, thank you, Jonah. I didn't know that because I've never seen that movie. The only Spider-Man for me is Tobey Maguire. And Kirsten Dunst. Back when Mary Jane was a girl. I don't know. Yeah, I am pulling an All Lives Matter. All lives do matter. You don't think all lives matter? I've got a ban waiting for you. Come now, Clockwork Shadow. You don't think all lives matter? Suck a dick if you don't think that. But get out of here if you don't think that all lives matter. Yes, Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter, Indian Lives Matter, Native Lives Matter. Everyone lives matters. Accountant lives matters. Secretary lives matters. McDonald worker lives matters. Police worker lives matters. Everyone lives matters. Or are you asking for defund the police? Clockwork, Some bullshit. Okay, so let's see what else she's saying about Palestine. So this is insane. Instead of having compassion for everyone, we're supposed to be feeling some sort of biased and, quite honestly, racist, anti-Semitic sort of way, so that we can focus upon the color of the skin or the religion, right? That's what we're supposed to be doing now. We're supposed to be looking at the differences instead of unifying people. We're supposed to be dividing people. Got it, Clockwork Shadow. Okay, so let's continue. If you don't understand Clockwork Shadow, just get out. Like, there's a whole hour and 15 minutes that you should watch before trying to come at me. Because I can't with the fucking stupid idiots. There's a whole entire hour and 15 minutes. If you find something confusing, go watch the whole thing. But you're banned. Because I don't like you. Yes, this is my channel. I don't like you. Get out of here. 7 of you don't seem to understand that. Leave a like or get out. If you don't like this, there's somewhere else for you. Go to the thinny who's asking you to click for Palestine and Hamas. Sweet Lord. Okay, so I guess this is where Ghosty Girl is losing her mind over woke designs. Okay, still trying to find more, but maybe that's it. I don't really want to go through all of her Twitter. I mean, we found like 3, 4 usages of this Palestine stuff. Trying to make people feel guilty about Palestine. I don't live in Palestine. Keep your Palestine problems to yourself. Keep your Israel problems to yourself. Don't try and put that shit at my door. I got enough with people in Canada telling me,
Canada! Death to Canada! Death to the United States! And death to Israel!
I think anyone shouting for that is terrible. But there was a tweet from her where she was talking about genocide. And I'm trying to find it. But I might have scrolled over it. I'm not really going at it super slow. Let's try this. Genocide from at. And then, oh. What's her name? I don't know her name. Lost T. And then girl. Oh, okay. Oh my word. Okay. Lots of people talking about genocide, but that's not exactly what I wanted. It must have been a repost. So let's go back to the original tweet. Oh, yes, here we... Oh, yeah, no, I wasn't imagining it. It was from the original tweet. Yes, so I feel like these charged words like genocide, in my opinion, from what I've read in the news, from what I've been seeing, this is not genocide. These are charged words that are coming from political activists trying to make people feel guilty, support their cause, their NGOs, so that they can grift, get money. I mean, this is all what this virtue signaling that Ghosty Girl is doing. This is all part of the grift. Everything coming from a blue check mark on Twitter. Trying to make Mortal Kombat community make some sort of pro-Israel, pro-Palestine decision. Who cares? As a Canadian, the conflict does not involve me. As a Dutch Moroccan, such as Ghosty Girl, that don't involve her. And if she really felt some sort of way, she would put this shit on her YouTube where more people pay attention. But the bitch is scared, and she won't post it on her Twitter, rather leaving it for, or not on her YouTube, but rather leaving it for her Twitter, so that she can bury whatever political messages that she has in between just all of the craziness from Mortal Kombat 1, justifying ugly designs. So this is all in addition to her being hypocritical about designs, where before she's accusing people of wanting bikinis that they're crying, get good at the game. Then she's hilariously telling people, ironically, touch grass, please, when the bitch can't seem to put down her phone. So insane. I wish she would go touch grass. I touch grass all the time. I love gardening. I love plants. But unfortunately, it seems like this is now what we have to deal with. Just a bunch of people trying to push policies, politics, and rhetoric down our throats. Clockwork Shadow, so foolish. I hope people unsubscribe. I hope people leave dislikes. I hope people get out of here. Live stream's over. But it seems like a lot of people are wanting a very divisive world where we take sides and we must get politically active. Why? It's a fucking video game. We don't need to get politically active. But insane is as insane does. That's what we see here from Ghosty and the Thinny. And I think in the future, I will be paying more attention to Ghosty Girl's Twitter, because I would not have discovered any of this were it not just from a little bit of scrolling. I mean, scrolling through Twitter is already kind of terrible. I don't know how people get lost into the scroll of Twitter. But I think now that I found Dominic and Ghosty Girl spouting so much political propaganda, this is something that we're going to be taking a look at in the future, for sure. But if you're queer for Palestine, go live in Palestine. See what it's like to be ruled by Hamas. And then let me know, because I don't want to go there for my safety. But yes, if you enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a dislike, get out. Or if you really, really liked it, please do consider joining the Jaded Bunny fam. You get access to our secret goths, secret community, secret group chat. If you want access to this and more, please do join. Much love to all of my brothers and sisters, but lots of love to Shillinator. OMG, Shillinator, we're gonna be doing something crazy soon. Cider M, love you, Mikey. Love all of my brothers and sisters, especially you guys here at the very end of the live stream. I hope you had some fun with me here today. Will not censor myself. Will not filter myself. I think the only filter or censor that I could find is whatever YouTube places upon me. And even then, the only words that I've learned that I have to filter myself with are faggy waggy, faggotina. So I can't say the real word, but I can say those words. Yay. But yes, I love you all, my friends. I'm praying for you to avoid political propaganda. But please, stay safe. Stay healthy, stay happy. Bye, my friends. Take care. Peace. Love you guys.